This is the Land Rover Series III, and this is one of the British legendary cars. So the Land Rover was first launched in 1948, and the first car that they produced was the Series I Land Rover. So the Series I was based around the military, so if you find any picture of Series I in the old days, you'll find many green colored Series I. 10 years later, in 1958, the Land Rover launched the second car, which was the Series II, and it was the first car that uses the 2.25-liter petrol engine. In 1970, they introduced a famous car that is still around nowadays. It was the old Range Rover. And in the following years, in 1971, the first Series III was launched. And until today, the company is still producing more and more cars, such as the new Land Rover Defender and also the new Land Rover Discovery. So now, let's get back to the Series III that we have today. So obviously, this car is not mine, but I have invited you, the actual owner of the car, and here you are.
Hi,
So what's your name?
my name is Zaqy.
And tell me a little bit about the car.
So I bought this car last year in Bandung. It was second hand. I bought it roughly around 100 million rupiah. This is actually Series 3, but we modify it so it looks like Series 2. So it was built in 1978. So this is a front engine car. The engine is 2.25 liter and it has around 73 horsepower. It also got antenna for radio and snorkel, so we can go off-road deep enough in the water. We changed the wheel, bigger wheel. It is 31 inch. So this is the rear of the Land Rover. We used canvas, and then we added an extra tow hitch, so we can attach winch and maybe some trailer. So let me show you the interior of the car.
So this is what it looks like from inside. You can only fit 2 persons here, but you can also fit other people at the back. And here, I'll show you the dashboard and also the steering wheel for this car. So this is what the steering wheel looks like. As you can see, it's a very big steering wheel, looks like a truck steering wheel. And this is the turning signal, where you can also use it for horn. And this is the speedometer. You can see it goes from 0 to 90 miles an hour. And here is the temperature and also the fuel gauge, where you can see how much fuel you got. But unfortunately, this car is already broken. It doesn't work. And here I'll show you the gear stick. Zaqy, talk me about this gear stick.
So this one is the regular gear shift. It goes from 1 to 4, and then this is the reverse. And we got the 4x4, so we can turn the wheel so all of them turns. And then this one is the high and low gear, so we can climb things easier.
And this is the handbrake, right?
Yeah,
This is yep.
this is the handbrake, and then we added extra gear, so it goes from 1 to 5. So for the highway use, it's much better, and fuel efficiency is better.
I also see an air conditioner here. Is it an accessories? Is it just for looks, or does it actually work?
So we actually bought the car with the AC attached to this car, so it was an additional thing that you can put to this car, and this actually works.
Oh, so you can drive this car and don't get hot then?
Of course.
So this is me being on the car driver. As you can see, it's very narrow. It's not very spacey. I can put my hand here, and this is the steering wheel. And I will show you what it sounds like when I turn it on. Here, I'll show you. So, as you can listen, it's very easy to turn on, and in my opinion, the car engine is still very smooth compared to the older car. I think it's well maintained. So luckily, we have another Land Rover here to compare, and Zaqy will explain it to you.
So as I mentioned before, I modified this car so it looks like the Series 2. So this is the face of the Series 2. We have the headlight over here, and then we only have turn signal and city light in here, so it's plain. So that's actually the face of the Series 2, what this car meant to look like. And this is the short wheelbase, 88 inch, and then that's the long one. This is pickup, that's canvas.
So that's pretty much all for today's review about the Land Rover Series 3. And if I can score this car, I will give this car a score of 8 out of 10. And the reason is because first, the engine, it's still very smooth even though it's an old car. And also, I will give the score also for the suspension being soft. And actually, the steering wheel, being it's a power steering car, it is very easy to turn to. I will give this car 10 out of 10 if only the looks of the front of the car is still the original Series 3. But I think Zaqy will agree with me on that. So thank you very much, Zaqy, for the review, for coming to this video. Don't forget to like this video, give a comment, don't forget to follow us on Instagram. My Instagram here is Satya KW, and Zaqy's Instagram here is
Zaqy22.
Okay. So thank you very much for watching. Drive safe and drive responsibly.